What is going on, people? Welcome to the Midwest Mike Sports Show. I am your host, Mike Klean, and I am joined here by the one and only Midwest Mike. What is going on, buddy?
Not too much, man. Got a bunch, supposed to get 5 inches of snow. School's getting canceled early.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
that means the Brady Bunch is coming home early, huh?
Yeah.
The whole
Maybe not.
flock.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it. They're gonna have some fun. It's always fun, but not for you because you got to get out there and snow plow, right?
Yeah, I got a four-wheeler with a plow. I got to put the plow back on, but yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go. At least you're not shoveling, you know.
No, I did that shit long enough. Got a four-wheeler and a plow last year, so.
Beautiful. That's the way to do it. We got McDade already in the house. What up? What
What's
up,
going
McDade?
on, man?
Good to see you in here, buddy. So I mean things are good, Mike. Things are good, man. High volume, lower unit plays. It's working. Last night a little bit of a down night, but a couple swing games. But a solid, fantastic NFL Sunday, and a plus week, plus 17.55 units, if I'm not correct.
Yep. Yep.
So
Sounds good. We needed that. Just got to
yeah,
do it again this week.
yep.
Yeah, yesterday was the first day of the new week. Had a couple two plays of the day that ended in gross fashion, but that's the way it goes. That Pacers game, they're down 17 in the fourth. They came back. It was all set up perfectly for overtime, down two with the ball. Forget how many seconds left. They attempt a three. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And then they get the rebound and then attempt another three and make it and win by one rather than going into OT. And it ended at 231. We had 235 in a parlay and 237 as a straight. So OT, we would have hit everything. It would have been
Right.
about a 6 unit swing. And that was after the Colts ended the way that did. So it's just the way it goes. But new day.
New day, new week, new money, new opportunity. And like I told you, the start of potentially another consistency graphic, how we had a while back, where it was like 15 out of 18 weeks or something like that, plus 90 units, whatever it was.
Yeah,
And last week was the start of that, hopefully. So
for sure.
everything has been looking good. Everybody's excited
Yeah.
about this and just been good, man.
Yeah, I mean, we finished down 7 whatever yesterday, but we had days last week. We had a day where we finished down 8 something last week too. So, and
Mm-hmm.
then Sunday we were up 15. So, it's just how it goes. It's just part of it. We don't normally have two PODs like we did last night either. And we lost both of them the way that we did. It's just the way it goes sometimes. And honestly, yesterday I feel like I butchered the two NHL games, the NHL slate. I was looking at Edmonton, who ended up winning in overtime, and the Sabres over. Both the Sabres and Tampa were both playing backup goalies and with both offenses. But it was
Mm-hmm.
just getting hammered. I overthought it and was like, everyone's on it. Maybe the offenses don't show up, and it went with some other plays that I thought were a little sharper, and they weren't. The
Yep.
Rangers and the under, but it is what it is. But just knowing that, though, had I played those other two, it really wouldn't have been that bad of a night. Or hitting one of those PODs, we're just a game away, 2 games away. I mean, really, either one bounces our way, and it would have been about a nothing day. So, but
Absolutely.
it's a new day today. But like I said, we had the day last week where we finished down 8 something and still finished up almost 20 units on the week. So sucks to start out the week that way, but it is what it is. We got 6 days left and grind away here today. Right after the show, I know I got 3 NHL that I really like. I really think we can go 3-0 or at least 2-1 on these 3 NHL, and then 1 college basketball, and then I got to work everything else yet. But
Beautiful.
that's what'll be getting posted after the show.
And if anybody in the chat, if you guys want one or maybe 2 of those plays as a free play given out exclusively on the show, you got to show some support in the chat. You got to jump in. You got to say what you want. What do you want, NHL? You want the college basketball? What do you want? And we will give an exclusive free play on the show. I know we did it last week, and it smacked. And it was an early play, got the day started, and it was awesome. So we will do that again for you guys. Just jump in here, throw in some questions, whatever game you want Mike to touch on. If he can, he will. And that's that. We got Jared, if I'm saying that correctly, sleeping good on Sunday night. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Sunday was awesome.
Yes,
Sunday.
sir. Gave back some money that you guys probably all spent on Black Friday and Cyber Monday and all that good stuff. So that's good stuff, man.
McDade, the Devils. But the line was priced. Why is New York a favorite against them at home? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So those types of spots, it's kind of set up to get the money on the Devils. I mean, the Devils are hot as fuck. They're on, they're getting plus money, and that's why the public's been pounding them. So that was partly why I was on the Rangers last night. NHL has a lot of these weird ass lines like that where you have this really hot team and they're dogs. And it's just kind of the lines is kind of a red flag. And that was kind of it last night. The Rangers started out 2-0. I don't know what's going on with that Chesterkin, but he just fucking sucks, man. Like I'm just starting to hate betting on the Rangers because anytime I do, they just don't show up. So
yeah. On those weird lines with hockey, question for you. Do you find more often than not that the weird lines end up going towards the way of, who is favorited, even if they're not supposed to be? Say the good team is a dog. If you stay the course of action with those, how you read it last night, do you find that the favorite normally hits?
They hit a lot of times. Not obviously not every time, but
no.
Yeah, I mean, they hit, and that's the reason why we've been on the Penguins a couple times that we have.
Yep.
They're playing like ass, but they're minus 120 favorites versus whoever the fuck they're playing. Stuff like that. You got a weird line, I think, with the Kings Seattle game tonight. Seattle's won 5 straight. They've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're 10-2 in their last 12, and they're dogs against the Kings tonight, who are 1-4 in their last 5 games. Why is that? You know what I mean? So
kooky shit.
It's stuff like that, and Seattle's getting pounded. So, and we'll just lead right into it. That's one of my plays right there is the LA Kings money line minus. I got it locked in at 120. That's one of the plays right there, and it's also you got a revenge angle. Let's see here. Pull this shit up. I got minus 125.
Beautiful.
Kraken have the better record. The Kings are favorites. Teams just played a couple weeks ago. Kraken won 3-2. And if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to look it up. I want to say that was a Sunday night game. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. I remember when I was coming home from that Arkansas, we had a Sunday night game that we lost with 2 seconds left. Maybe that was the game. But actually, I think we're on Seattle. I don't know, but probably not the game. But yeah, they're opening up as favorites. There's a revenge angle. The Kraken just won a couple weeks ago, 3-2. But I think regression is coming for Seattle. They're not going to keep this up. The Kings are coming off of an overtime loss to Ottawa, and they're at home, so they're the short home favorite. Seattle's getting all the money. So it just sets up to be a good spot to bet the Kings.
Sure.
You're going against the public. The line's kind of staying around that 120 to 130 range. They're a favorite. It just seems like the books are trying to get you to bet the red hot Kraken at plus money.
Right.
So spots like that, that's why I'm on the Kings tonight. So
I love it. Well, there you have it, folks. You guys didn't even have to ask for it.
Just led right into it.
I love it. Beezy in the house. Are we going to be doing more player props?
Yeah, I mean, I just got to dig into them more, and we can, yeah. What sports do you like? I mean, pretty much probably just football and basketball, and I mean occasional baseball ones when it's baseball season. But
Shots on goal can be very profitable for hockey, man.
yeah, I don't have books that really even have that stuff though, so I
Yeah,
can't even really do it.
right.
I mean, you'd have to have like probably a fan duel or something like that
DraftKings, all
to
that
get that.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But the NBA ones, man, I love the points, rebounds, and assists. You got 3 opportunities to hit the line,
Hmm.
and I just love them, man. I mean, you watch the game; every second matters.
Yeah.
They're a lot of fun, and I know we have everybody loves Prize Picks and stuff like that. So you got like parlays and different things going
Yeah.
on, which actually is legal in more states than the sports books are, because it's like fantasy or whatever. So
Yeah. That's legal here in
yeah, so
Minnesota.
I'm not sure if they have that in Ohio, but that could be one thing. McDade throwing in here, what's the plan for the Vegas Wild Card weekend?
Oh
Uh,
yeah, we still got
we
to do that.
we have a I created like a form that's going to get sent out to everybody to see if you're going to be joining us, if you're going to be bringing anybody. We just have to send that out and figure out if it's going to be worth it to actually go and get a table and make it a whole event, or maybe we'll just be down there and anybody who wants to come can show up. But if we want to do like a whole event, obviously I would think that we have to have people that want to come. So that's why we're going to send out that form. We're going to get all that information, send it to your friends, send it to anybody who you think would want to come down.
Yeah, we could send that out this week.
Yeah, it's definitely something that we will be on. I can't add too much to any of the NHL because I only watch the Blackhawks, which last week we had a massive, massive win with the Stars. I mean, I
Down
told
4-1 in the third and cover the puck line.
you were texting me,
6-4.
you're like, these fucking Blackhawks. I go, dude, don't sweat, man. This is classic Chicago. This is classic. They're going to
Yeah.
blow it. Watch. I turned the game on because I was actually watching the NBA. I turned the game on, 1 goal, 2 goals, ties it up, takes the lead, and then ends up covering the puck line with the empty net. It was unbelievable, and it all happened in like 4 minutes.
That was insane.
Insane.
Well, it's not just that. Anytime I bet on the Stars, they just like lay an egg. And I love that Jake Ettinger,
Yeah.
however you say his name. He's from Lakeville. He's a stud at goalie.
Mhm.
And it's just like, and then you had Peter Mrazek, or however you say his name, for in goal for Chicago, who sucks. So it's
Mhm.
like Blackhawks on the road, the Stars coming off of a bad loss at home. They're at home for this game. Great bounce back spot with the stud in net.
Mhm.
And they're down 4-1 versus the fucking Blackhawks and Peter Mrazek. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And then
They
they end up
found a way to
coming back.
blow it for you, Mike.
Yeah, that was insane. But we're due for some of that shit, man, from
Yeah.
the last couple months.
Absolutely, man. But that one right there was why
I mean,
watching Blackhawk hockey is
Yeah.
not fun.
And then we had that, and then on Sunday we had the Browns and Raiders, which was
Yep.
pretty sweet. Both
Mhm.
winning outright in overtime. So
Yeah, Tommy couldn't get it done, man. He had the ball in overtime. And you would think Tom Brady, Buccaneers, they would drive down and at least kick the field goal, which we still would have won and covered by the hook, which I personally was rooting for because I had the Buccaneers money line in a personal parlay with the Ravens. Both ended up losing, so I felt a little bit better about that. But yeah, man, that was a good one. And then Josh Jacobs just taking it to the house, dude.
hey, the Bucks are still leading their division. They're still in the playoffs, so game ahead of the Saints. What a
just get
fucking
them in the
joke.
dance,
At
baby.
5-6.
Just get them in the dance. That's all they need. They're bad. They're a bad football team,
bad.
bro.
They're bad.
They're bad. Chris Godwin's starting to come on, though, for fantasy purposes for me. Big.
Yeah.
Tom's still moving the ball, but they're just not scoring, man. And Tristan Wirfs. I mean, I hate talking about the Bucks because they're so bad, but Tristan Wirfs, I mean, he got carted off the field. That's their season, bro.
They sacked Brissett quite a bit. And they missed a chip shot field goal, 39-yarder. Cleveland did in the first half.
York. Yeah.
And then there's something else too. Is this like if they lose? Oh, the drop pass on fourth down.
Yep.
Amari Cooper. Like they should have had a touchdown before even it went into overtime. And it's just like, what the fuck?
Dude, it was a weird game, man. And I actually was going to go there. My girl was going to buy me tickets for my birthday because it's pretty close to Chicago, only about a 6.5-hour drive. And go see Tom. Could you imagine me seeing Tom live lose 2 games this year? Could you imagine that? How detrimental that would have been? I'm glad we didn't spend the money because, I mean, the tickets weren't that bad. It was like $250 per seat, 50-yard line, 4th row. I mean, come on, why not, right? But then I'm glad we didn't go, dude. That would have ruined my whole day. It would have been. I can't see that man lose twice in a year.
Well, you would have went there. You would have put more on it because you were going.
Oh,
and then the money line loses in overtime.
Of course. It just, and then we would have been taking the bus back home because we couldn't afford a flight back home. That's how it would have been. You know what I mean? But, I mean, hockey, do you want to touch on anything else? I know you just gave a free play away.
I mean, I got a couple other plays coming. They're all sides today. Yesterday, the slate was not that good. So I had a lot of totals yesterday, which, I mean, NBA, we went 2-1. NHL, obviously, went 0-2. NFL, 1-1. And college basketball, 1-1. We lost by the hook on the San Diego game, -3.5. They won by 3. Kind of pissed that away at the end.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, board's a little better today. More sides. I mean, I'll still have totals here and there, obviously, but yesterday I just was feeling totals more, so that's what we were playing. So today it'll probably be more sides, and there might be a total or two, but yeah. USA money line,
Mr. 8-teamer. Yeah, USA money line. Probably the soccer that's going on. I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't watched 1 minute of it.
I haven't either. I don't do anything with soccer. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm the wrong guy to ask.
Yep. I have no idea what's going on. I do know that it was a draw against England, which was plus money. It was like plus 235, something that I was looking at to just sprinkle on. But then again, I go, why? I have no idea what the is going on. All right. So college hoops. Want to touch on anything there?
It's a decent slate. Possibly looking at one play right now. I'm sure I'll have 2 or 3. I just haven't been able to dig into the other games yet. But after the show, dig into that more. I know there's 3 NBA games. So, I mean, for sure, I'm going to have 3 NHL, 2 or 3 college basketball. I still got to work the other college basketball, work the other NBA, and there might even be another NHL spot, plus parlays. I really like the first 4 plays that are going to be posted here right after the show. You got one of them already. Yeah, NBA. We got the Knicks and Pistons. Got the Warriors on the road versus the Mavs. And you got the Clippers and Trailblazers. That Warriors-Mavs game is obviously, that's interesting.
It's very interesting. The Warriors finally got a handedly or a very good win against your beloved T-Wolves. They smacked them up on Sunday. I text Mike. I go, I capped the game, hit the Warriors tail with me. And he goes, dude, I haven't even checked any NBA. Like, he was not going to tail me. Who would, right? So, he ends up texting me in the fourth quarter. They're up like 25. He goes, yeah, good call. I go, I told you to tail me, bro. Told you to tail me.
I was locked into NFL on Sunday.
I know you were. But it's an interesting game, man, because the Warriors basically could not get anything going on the road. Finally, they got a decent win here. Dallas seems to be in just a complete lackluster route as a team. They don't play any defense. They're barely scoring. I think Reggie Bullock is coming back tonight, which could be
They've
big
been a
for them.
great under team.
Yeah.
Under's been real solid with the Mavs.
Reggie coming back is probably pretty big for their defense. They're sort of trending towards a win in my eyes. I don't know, man. It's a tough spot. It's a tough spot. Revenge angle to look at from the playoffs. I mean, if there's one game that this Dallas Mavericks team can get up for, it should be this. They should want it. They should want to try. They just got to put 4 quarters together. And, I do look personally at teams that seem to be in a lackluster mode to eventually turn it around here. And in December, I'm looking to buy the Mavs. So maybe this is the first spot, personally.
I don't know. Yeah. It opened up. Now Golden State's getting the money. Now they're a favorite.
Yep.
It's a TNT game.
Mm-hmm.
So the spotlight's on. Me personally, I'm gonna wait as the day goes on here and
Sure.
see what's going on. But
you never know with these NBA players, man. Some people be out for a hangnail on their finger. But as far as money coming in on that game, it looks like some sharp actions coming in on the Mavs. 19% of the tickets on the spread, but 42% of the money for the Mavs. 30% of the tickets for the Mavs for money line, but 40% of the money. 74% of parlays are attached to the Warriors. So that's always interesting. TNT game, man.
yeah.
They're always close and they're always kooky. Game that interests me, though, man, is the Knicks and the Pistons.
The thing I don't like about the Dallas is them coming home, I think, after a 3-game road trip after Thanksgiving. Sometimes teams coming back after that can be a little flat. Yeah. They've been, because they've been Boston, Toronto, Milwaukee, and now back home.
And only home for 1, then back on the road for 2.
Oof.
Then home again against the Suns, then back on the road, then home, then back on the road, then home. I mean, they got a little tough schedule.
The Mavs play Detroit on Thursday, so that could be the game they win to get going too. But
yep, I mean they got a tough stretch of games coming up. Knicks, Knicks is always could be a tough game. You never know what Knicks team's going to show up. You got the Suns, the Nuggets, the Bucks, the Bulls. They've been playing teams at least tough recently. The Cavs, Portland. If Dame's back, that's always a tough game. T-Wolves a couple times. Yeah, I mean the Mavs are. It's an interesting spot.
Let me see something.
It's an interesting spot. Knicks and Pistons, though, man, that's an interesting line. That's like 10x revenge for the Pistons, bro.
Pistons are getting the money, and the line's going the other way.
Yeah,
they open at 3.5. It's at 5 now, despite Pistons getting 70% of the money. So, and I'd have to look at the injury report on them. I know they've been dealing with a ton of shit. Cunningham, Diallo.
Stewart is expected to play tonight. So at least they'll get some center back.
Here's the thing, too. The last 3 games, the Warriors are shooting 41.3% from deep. Dallas is 35.1%. And Dallas at home shoots 33.1% from deep, so they shoot even worse at home. Wow. And on the season, Golden State's 38, last 3 games, 41. I mean, this one could be whoever makes more threes wins. And Golden State's shooting over 6% higher here over the last 3 games. They're averaging 12 more assists per game, Golden State is. 4% higher effective field goal percentage. Rebounds, they're out rebounding them by 10 per game. Offensive rebounds, the Warriors are getting 12 over their last 3 games. The Mavs are getting 5 by 7. And defensive rebounds by 7. Blocks by 2. Steals by 3. Man. And, yeah.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting one.
We got a couple questions in here. Mr. 8 Sammy, he loves Davidson's spread today and the Clippers over by 1.5 points.
By 1.5 on what? The Davidson -4 or the Clippers over?
I'm guessing the Clippers over.
So what? That shit's dropping. It's open at 217. I think it's 211 now.
Yeah.
Davidson plays Charlotte or Charleston or something, I think. Let's see. I know the spread's 4 on the Davidson game. I haven't really looked at that one. That's not the one play I got coming. Let's see. Yeah, 4. Interesting. Davidson, getting more money on the spread. They're getting all the money on the money line. The line hasn't really moved yet. I've been on Davidson a couple times to start the year. I like them. Like their coach. They're not the same Davidson, as we've seen, but they still have Lawyer and they still got some guys. So
yep,
they're a fun team to watch.
Absolutely. I haven't been paying too much attention to
Jared. Yeah, San Diego. Obviously, I backed them a couple times, and they just laid duds. They just look like shit. So I went back to them again last night to bounce back versus Longwood. They pretty much, if you watched or paid attention to the game, they were up double digits. I mean, most of the game, up 8 at half or something, and then they're up most of the second half the entire time, covering until the very end. And how that game was, I was hoping they're up 3, and then it was the other team called the timeout as their ball. So what I was hoping is they'd go down, miss the 3, foul again, make one of 2 free throws, if not both, be up 4 or 5, and then that'd be the game. But instead, they make a 3 to tie it, and then San Diego, with no time left, hits a buzzer beater 3 to win by 3, and we get screwed by a half point. So that's how that game ended. I love their coach. They got a former coach from UCLA. So they're just a really good coach team. And after the couple losses they've had that we've been on them for, I really liked them to bounce back yesterday. That's why we were on them yesterday. And then I'm sure you could tell I really started to like Nevada. That was close to a 2-unit play of the day in college basketball, but I already had 2. I didn't want to just start throwing out fucking 3 plays of the day. But that's why I had Nevada, and I think 4 of the 6 parlays. I really, really like Nevada. And they ended up blowing them out by like 18 or something. But the splits on the Nevada game I really, really liked. I didn't like so much on the San Diego game. The public was more on San Diego, but the Nevada game, everyone was on Sam Houston State. And the line even reversed a little bit to 4.5. We ended up buying the half down to 4. But I just loved everything about the Nevada spot. The money was on the other side. The line reversed a little bit. I love Nevada to begin with, and that's why I had them in most everything. Just should have put them in fucking everything. But yeah. San Diego though, they got a great coach. They got a couple good guys. We've been on them. I'm familiar with them. And we'll be on them, more coming up here too. It sucks they couldn't cover by a half point for us yesterday, but they won the game at least. So, and if I'm not mistaken, the one game we were on them, I think they were like down huge they just had a really bad first half. That might have been on Sunday, where they had a really bad first half, and then the second half they actually played a lot better, outscored them by a bunch, and then I think just kind of, I don't remember how much they lost by off the top of my head, but it wasn't much.
Mm-hmm.
So, So after that performance, that's why we're on them again last night. Just it liked them to bounce back. They did. They won the game. They just didn't cover by a half point. So
Futures coming out. NHL. I know we got a few NBA and a couple NFL. One very close to cashing, the Vikings. But got any more?
Yeah. Right now, well, I do have the Eagles one in the NFL that was just insane value. Which what do we have that at? Plus 1250, some shit. It's like 2 units, $2,000 to win 25,000 on
Yeah.
the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. So my thinking is, even if they make it to even the NFC Championship, guys, you can start hedging and going against them on the money line.
Right.
And if they lose that, then you make some money there back to cover the cost of it. Or, they win, then you got the Super Bowl. We're going to be presented options. And there's a good shot that the Eagles, that you're going to have a chance to hedge on that. Obviously, they're going to be in the playoffs. But, I mean, they make it to the NFC Championship or something. You got 2 games that you could hedge on, and you're going to come out making money regardless. So, or just let it ride and have a big payday, 2 units to win 25. So, but the value on that is insane. It's like 2 units to win 25. And now it's, what are they, plus 300, 400, something like that. So,
yeah, you jumped on it at the perfect time.
Yeah.
Perfect
so we got
time.
we got that. We got that season win total. The Vikings. We can't lose it. We're already at 9, but that'll obviously cash. And then, yeah, I will have 1 or 2 other NFL ones. It's just right now, there's so many teams that have kind of shitty records there's so many teams that are in it. You know what I mean? I've never seen it like this before, where there's so many teams. So we'll see. But last year, I got the Rams in January, the same price you could have got them for in September. So at like plus 650, plus 700. So
yeah,
I'm still waiting. But yeah, I will have another NFL future, if not 2. NBA, yes. And NHL, yes. But just waiting for the right time here. And NBA last year, I remember last year when we cashed the Warriors, I put that out at the end of November. So it was about this time that I put that out. I would say I'll probably have 1 NBA for sure up by the end of the year. It's just want to just feel out the season a little bit more. I mean, the Warriors have started out like shit, which can also present value on them. Just it's been kind of a weird year to start. So just kind of feeling stuff out. So.
Yep, and we have a couple win totals in the NBA up. And don't forget the Bears, bro. Don't forget the Bears wins. You got under 6. Under 6.5.
Let's see.
That one was posted preseason. That one we're still rooting for. Only a few weeks left here. So
yeah, well, how many wins they got?
3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yep, and we gave that one out on the show. So if you guys have been watching with us every single week before the NFL season, we gave that one out.
Yeah, I don't think we posted it, though. It's not posted.
Oh, you didn't post that one?
No, we just talked about it on the show.
Oh, we gave it out on the show. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's why it's...
Yeah, and the Eagles is plus 1,100, 2.27 to win 25.
I mean, realistically, the Eagles most likely are going to be favored in every single playoff game. I mean, realistically, you could start from their first game and start hedging on the money line of the other team, and you'll still, even if they win it, you'll still make a ton of money. NFL this week, the Thursday game is quite interesting. We have Bills Patriots. Last time they met up, the Bills absolutely smacked the Pats in Buffalo in the playoffs. The line was similar. It was -4 Buffalo. But if we remember correctly,
Buffalo's been shitty lately, man.
They have been. And if we remember correctly, the game that was in New England, if I'm not mistaken, last year, the Patriots actually won that game outright. It was a defensive showdown.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the line was there, but I do remember that playoff game was -4 Buffalo, and my ass got suckered in and took the Patriots. Bill Belichick's going to game plan his way out of this one. Got smacked up. Bad. So, I mean, this is intriguing. This is intriguing. I don't think Buffalo's covered in a minute. I mean, I know they did not on Thanksgiving. Both teams with a shit ton of rest. New England seems like they sort of fixed their offense against the Vikings defense. It was a high-scoring game. Ton of lead changes.
Yeah.
Glad we came out up on top, but it was an entertaining game then, Thanksgiving. I don't know. You got any thoughts on it early?
I haven't really looked at any football yet. Where's the money coming?
Let me check that for us here. As of right now, 42% of the tickets are coming in on New England, but 69% of the money. So potential sharp action there.
See, I haven't been high on the Bills lately, man. But the line's moved from 3.5 to 5. So
yep,
it's a little.
Yeah, I don't know, man. For right now, it seems like the New England's taking majority of the money on the spread, but Buffalo is taking all of the money line tickets at 77%, almost 82% of the money, 59% parlays are going to be attached to Buffalo there. Taking 96% of the money.
The total could be interesting. These primetime games, the totals have been really weird lately. Like that Vikings Patriots under, the Packers Eagles under. I mean, just all of a sudden gets fucking 70 points scored in a Vikings Patriots game. Just a shootout. Mac Jones looking like fucking Tom Brady in his prime against the Vikings defense. I mean, who knows? You know, you think the Buffalo D's good, but they really look like shit the last couple of weeks. So especially on Thanksgiving, like that was the Lions just doing whatever the hell they wanted to them. They couldn't make a stop on third down. They couldn't get off the field. That's concerning. Buffalo, it's going to depend on who they actually have this week coming back. I know they've been dealing with a ton of injuries. It's a short week, so it's probably not good as far as people coming back on a short week. But they also played last Thursday, so they've had actually a week off. So I guess I take that back. And same for New England. But yeah, I haven't really dug into this game much yet, but it's going to be a good one. I'm sure we'll find a spot on it. But yeah, the first thing I have to look at is, I mean, Buffalo's been so banged up. If they got anybody coming back now or what, because their defense needs some guys back because it's been brutal lately. So that's concerning to me for sure. It could even be a good teaser game. You know, if you are thinking the Pats, teasing that over 10 and under 50.5, 51, something like that. Who knows?
Right.
We'll see. But I know Beezy's got a question about Purdue.
Yes.
Let me make this clear. I am not really that high on Gonzaga this year. I know we've been on them a couple times. The reason I was on them the last game was I liked them to bounce back after that beating from Purdue. And yeah, Purdue smacked the shit out of them. I think Purdue's good. Purdue, they lost some guys. They lost Williams, Ivy, obviously to the NBA draft. They lost some guys, but they've done a good job. You know, they've added some guys that weren't supposed to be that good, but they've been. Sometimes that can work for teams, and we're kind of seeing that with Purdue. Everything's just kind of gelling. Obviously, having Edey in there, that guy's a fucking beast and impossible to stop. You saw what he did to Drew Timme if you watched any of that game. Timme couldn't do shit versus him. And now he's asked to play a lot more minutes because Williams has been out or not there. So it'll be interesting to see as the season goes on. I mean, I'm not 100% sold on them yet, but yeah, I mean, I think they deserve to be ranked. I thought coming into the season, North Carolina was a soft one, and that's shown early too. I don't think North Carolina's as good as what they were ranked. I don't think Gonzaga's as good as what they were ranked. Purdue, I think right now, deserves to be in that top spot. I like UConn. We've been on them a lot. I think UConn's really good. Liking what I'm seeing out of them. I also like Bama. I think they got 4 out of 5 freshmen on their starting rotation, but they're fucking good. They're fun to watch. And when they get going from deep, so yeah, I mean, we've been on a lot of those teams here lately. A lot of the games we've actually been on have been like really good, like probably normally hard to cat games, like could go either way type of shit. But
Right.
we've been hitting a lot of them. But yeah, that's why I had the Zags money line on Sunday. I know we didn't hit the spread, which we actually did have a shot at hitting the spread if you watched it. They had 2 1-and-1 scenarios where they got fouled. They missed the front end of each 1-and-1, which they don't normally do. So I mean that was 4 points right there that we pissed away. And then the game just got closer than it would have, because it would have been over a 10-point game had they made those free throws, but they didn't. So realistically, we actually probably should have covered the Zags on Sunday, but regardless, from the way it was looking, because they were down, I think 8 with 5-6 minutes left, something like that, it got a little dicey. But then that Greg kid, I don't know if you've watched any of their games, but he when he gets hot from deep, he hit some big threes. And then I can't think of the name. It's gonna piss me off. They got that other guy that hits the threes. He came up big. They just started hitting their shots finally and got back into it. I love them to bounce back after getting beat by Purdue the game before that. But yeah, I think you gotta consider Purdue legit right now until proven otherwise. I mean, they've been proving it. You just beat the Zags and beat the shit out of them. It really wasn't even close.
Yeah.
So the one thing about that game, though, that was a little weird is the Zags didn't attempt a free throw until 4 minutes left in the second half or something, which
Wow.
they're saying on TV might be like the first time in 15, 20 years that's ever happened.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a weird game. The Zags also didn't play really well at all. So I think they are better than what they looked that game. But as you could tell, it's a different Zags team from previous years. They're not as talented. Timmy did not have an answer for Edie at all. So I think Purdue, it just depends on how other teams match up, if they have any bigs or not. Because if they don't, Edie's just going to dominate inside. There's nothing you can fucking do. And he can hit free throws. It's not like you follow him every time and he's going to miss free throws or anything like that. So he can hit free throws. So I think, that's the biggest thing for Purdue moving forward is you got to look at the other team, look at their bigs and see how they do. But right now, Purdue's a top 5 scoring team, a top 25 defense in all the categories. If you look at their Ken Palm, I think they're predicted to only lose like 2 games, and that's against Ohio State and Indiana potentially. And that's just because those are both road games. Has them losing by 1 to Ohio State and 3 to Indiana. But they got some tough games. I mean, you got Michigan, Maryland. You know, you're playing Ohio State a couple times, Indiana a couple times. You got Illinois, Wisconsin. I would not sleep on Wisconsin this year. Wisconsin's good. Big Ten's gonna be competitive, so should be good.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Tyler throwing in here Southern Miss -8. It's a lock.
I'd like Southern Miss. We were on them a couple games. The market's been really soft on them. Hasn't caught up to them. That one game that we were on them, I think it was last week. I gave them away on the show, right?
Yeah.
That early game, and they smoked them.
Yep.
I was going to go back to them the next day, and I should have, because they ended up, the line was like another fucking pick 'em, and they won by 20 or 30 points.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I haven't looked at this yet. I didn't even know they were playing, to be honest with you, but I will definitely look at it. because I think they're very undervalued right now, and the books haven't caught up to them, haven't caught on yet. I mean, they're 7-0, so
Gotta love when the books don't catch up, man. That's the time to
well,
smack.
these small college schools, and this is the time to make money in college basketball before the conference play starts and stuff. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mike thrown in here. What up? Always good to have you in here, Mike. Thanks for joining us.
appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you jumping in, my man. So that pretty much concludes today's show, guys. Mike, you have any closing notes on anything?
No, I'll get the 3 NHL plays up, the 1 college basketball, and then we'll have we'll for sure have more college basketball, possibly another NHL, and oh, NBA obviously. But this weekend, you guys notice what game we got? If you've been on for VIP for a little bit, we got K-State and TCU.
Oh yeah.
You remember that game when I put 35 grand on K-State? They're up big at half, and then both their quarterbacks go down, and we're left with the freshman fucking quarterback. All he needs to do is score a fucking single point in the second half, a field goal, fucking touchdown, whatever, and recover a touchdown. And they don't. And we get fucked because of a freshman quarterback after the first 2 quarterbacks going down. Well, we got the rematch this weekend.
I haven't slept a night since.
All the money is on TCU. The line's staying at 2.5. We'll see. But I've obviously been high on K-State. I think TCU has been getting lucky, which is very clear. I mean, we're just on them on Baylor. I ended up being stupid, took the money line. I didn't take the one time I don't take the points, take the money line. The shit like that happens. That's how TCU's won 3-4 games this year.
Yeah.
K-State's for real too, so don't sleep on them. But so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing with TCU getting all the money, the line staying at 2.5. I love that shit. Under a field goal, at home, or where are they playing? Yeah, those are at home, right? Or are those neutral?
I'm not sure. I would think they'd be at home.
Let's see.
Is Martinez going to be starting for?
No, it'll be. Let's see here. Yeah, Arlington, Texas. It's gonna be good, man. That's one that I've been waiting for, and obviously we're on K-State here this weekend. No, it'll be Will Howard.
Will Howard, yeah.
Who's good. He's good.
Yeah, he is.
Deuce Vaughn, he's fun. So yeah. I don't know, man. TCU, yeah, they're legit. They're for real, but they have gotten lucky in a few games. I think anyone with me can agree to that. Even that one time we were on them in overtime, -4, and then they won by 3. They had a shot to put it away and didn't. And I mean, they've gotten lucky. If you look at their schedule, what were those games? Baylor, they won by 1. That's one that they got lucky on. Texas game is somewhat close, but what were the K-State one? They got lucky. I mean, both quarterbacks get fucking hurt. That's how you. And then K-State was up 28 to fucking 17 or 20 or something at half. Yeah. And K-State did not score a single point in the second half, and they won 38-28. Yeah. That one. Oklahoma, they won by 3. Or Oklahoma State, I'm sorry. That was the overtime game that they really had.
Yeah.
It was, probably had no business winning. So, yeah, we'll see. And K-State has losses to, besides their Tulane one in the beginning, second game of the year, which Tulane's actually a top 25 team. They lost to TCU in that bullshit game and Texas by 7. That's it. Other than that, they've won every game. So at least 5 lucky games for TCU. So, and the public loves them. They love this whole story, this whole narrative, going undefeated, fucking winning the playoffs, all this shit.
No.
I love K-State. Been on them. They should have beat their ass the last one. I love the revenge spot, and I hope K-State just cleans their fucking clock. So, you like the over? Both teams have been scoring a ton. So if you said you like the total, I'm assuming you like the over. But
I'm definitely excited to watch that game and get some redemption back on it with you and VIP. That's for damn sure.
yeah,
Lucas Jones. Yes, we did. We repped it. It was probably before you came in here, my man. Mike, why don't you repeat that free play we gave out, and then we'll set it up.
yeah. Well, how we got into this free play, I got a few NHL coming, but one of them, we were talking about trappy, weird lines in the NHL, and I said, hey, I got a perfect example one tonight. You got the Kraken and the Kings. Kraken are like 10-2 in their last 12 games. Kings are 1-4 in their last 5, and the Kings are 125 favorites at home. Why is that? The line's kind of a red flag, right? And the public is, of course, pounding the Kraken here, the red hot team, 10-2 in their last 12, but yet they're dogs. So we're on the Kings minus 125 for 1 unit. We were talking about lines like that, just how the lines is kind of a red flag. It's set up to get you to bet Seattle. So we're back in the Kings here. I'll have 3 NHL plays coming. And like I said, we kind of got every sport rolling right now besides NHL, to be honest with you. So I want to get NHL rolling. I'll have those 3 that I'm going to be posting here right after the show here. I really think we got a shot at going 3-0, 2-1, hopefully worst case, but I really want to get all 3 of them. And I want to turn NHL around here and just kind of be rolling in every fucking sport. I mean, do you have that graphic?
I do.
We're on what? I don't even know. 15-4. Yeah, 15-4 NFL and college football run. So 7-2 NFL, 8-2 college football, 24-12-1 NBA, and then 30-15-2 college basketball. Put that all together, and on over 100 plays now, 69, 31-3, 69% on those 4 sports. So I'd love to get NHL going, but that's not a small sample size, guys. It's not like we're saying, hey, I've done 10 plays, I'm 7-3, and I'm cashing at 70%.
Yeah.
We're talking over 100 plays now at pretty much 70%. So that's, you don't find that everywhere. Let's just say that. So
No.
and obviously those are runs, but we're talking, I mean, the NBA and college basketball, we're talking over 80 plays right there. So, and that's in the high 60s. So that's really good. And that's why we've been having success and making money in it. But I think with the old system now, we're going to have more success in football and stuff. Because as you know, what I was doing before is that one spot that I really liked, we're putting fucking 5 to 10 units on it. And if that didn't hit, we're fucked. We're now,
Absolutely.
guess what? I can throw out 7 plays. We went fucking 6-1 on Sunday. You know, you can throw out shit, and we're not going to be losing money in it like we were. We have to hit that one player. We're fucked. Well, that's not the case anymore. It's kind of nice being able to start the day like we have so many days. We've started out 0-2 or 1-2, and then we finished 7-2 or 8-2 after losing the first 2. Like, it don't fucking matter. The system set up. We don't have, obviously, I want to hit every play, but you can't expect to, and we're more than likely not going to. It's set up just to tail everything for the appropriate unit and make money and finish in the green and move on to the next day. That's how it's set up. But as you can see, we can still have big days like we did on Sunday. We had a 15-unit day. Last week we've had 8-unit day, 7-unit day. You can still have bigger days with the system. Typically, we don't finish down 7 or 8 units. I think that's happened now twice, last night and then once last week. Days like that don't happen often. There's a lot that has to go wrong to finish down like that. And yeah, yesterday we had 2 big swing games, both the PODs, both 2-unit plays versus 1-unit plays, lost both of them at the end in gross fashion. It happens, but we hit either one of those. We're about even on the day. Hit both of them. got a monster day. So
Yep.
shit like that's not going to happen every day, but it's also better than putting 10 units on one play and losing it. You know what I'm saying? So just trust the system. Shit works. We're up even after losing 7 units yesterday. We're up 22, 23 units in the last 11 days. So let's just keep rolling, guys. Days like yesterday will happen, but who gives a fuck? Let's see where we're at the end of this week and make it our second back-to-back week here in the green and start rolling. So
Absolutely, man. And parlays have since switched it back to the OG system. Parlays have been hitting as well. We had a nice week last week, plus 7.15 units in parlays. So that's nice to see as well. Everything seems to be rocking and everything seems to be going. And the OG system is back. We're all feeling good about it. And I've also noticed, last thing here, I've also noticed that people seem a lot calmer. Back in the day, I mean, we would go down to, you go down 2-3 unit plays. Everybody wants our heads already.
Oh,
And
yeah.
even if we got, 4 more spots on the day, everybody wants our heads. Oh, we're already down 6
Yeah,
units.
but that's because you had to, if you start 0-2, you have to hit everything else just to fucking try to make some.
Exactly.
Now it don't fucking matter, guys. You can start it. How many days in the last 10 days have we started out 1-2 or 0-2 and finished legit 8-2, 7-2, 3 or 4 times?
Yeah.
So it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And really, at the end of the day, I don't give a shit if we're up a half unit, 5 units, 10 units. Obviously, I do, but want to be up as much as we can. But the main thing is finishing the green, as many, and you're just bound to make money week by week the more days you finish in the green. So
absolutely, man. Stacking one, even if it's 1 unit a day, every single day, it's 365 units a year, which is damn fucking good. So I love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys make the show what it is. I say it every week, but I always say it.
Yeah, and look out for that Vegas thing. We'll get that sent out. So
absolutely, and look out for the big Midwest Mike Sports revenge spot coming this weekend in NCAA football.
Can't say it's a POD for sure, but I'm probably going to be on K-State regardless. So I don't give a fuck where the money's at.
Blood.
I fucking think TCU's fraudulent, fucking undefeated team, and I like K-State. So
I love it, man. I love it. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, invest wisely and live freely.